Hello and welcome to the Practical Animal channel. The channel is for you if you want to know what it takes to work with animals. Maybe you want to work with domestic animals. That could be with farm animals or companion animals like dogs and cats. Alternatively, maybe you want to work with wildlife. That could be with wildlife in captivity or at a biodiversity venue, such as by working as a zookeeper. Or maybe you want to work with wildlife in the wild, such as by being a professional field naturalist. Whatever sector of the animal industry appeals to you, we aim to cover it all. We do this by interviewing an animal industry professional every week, asking him or her what the essential skills are for working with a given species. This week, my guest is Jerry Creighton, CEO at Global Elephant Care. Jerry started his career at the Dublin Zoo and rose up through the ranks to become operations manager and an elephant specialist. This is the second in a two-part interview. According to the Population U website, there are three species of elephant: the African bush or savanna, the African forest elephant, and the Asian. In India, the population estimate is approximately 24,000. In Kenya, 35,500. In Sri Lanka, 7,500. In Zimbabwe, 100,000. In South Africa, 24,000. In Thailand, 3,700. In Nigeria, a few hundred. The largest population is in Botswana. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, 7,000. In Myanmar, 2,000. In China, 200 to 250. In Cameroon, 6,500. In Gabon, 10,000 to 15,000. In Zambia, 14,000. In Mozambique, approximately 11,000. In Tanzania, over 60,000. In Malaysia, between 1,200 and 1,600. In Indonesia, 1,200 to 2,400. In Vietnam, 85. And in Laos, 800. I continued the interview with Jerry by asking him what has been his proudest moment working with elephants.
The foot is so important for its health and vitality. The nails must be kept well trimmed because the foot works like a pad and it pushes the blood back up the leg and into the body. And it also helps remove toxins from the body. Like just like an incredible adaptation of nature and how they survive in the environment. Yeah, so it's fascinating. I could talk for weeks.
For an entry-level person wanting a career with elephants, um, is there a book that you can recommend as a takeaway message?
There's quite a few, like I mean, obviously for the species, but there's a really good book, and it's from, I'm trying to think of the vet's name now. I actually have it. I have it actually somewhere close by. Yeah, there's my daughter's telling me it's right underneath me. Here we go. It's a great book, and it's a natural history book. You know, a cultural and natural history of elephants, which is amazing. But you know, in saying that too, like there's so much stuff you can get online, and you know, particularly if you want to learn about elephants, go into IAZA and BIAZA and get the elephant welfare guidelines. You know, that gives the information and the standards that's set now globally, and you learn a lot from that. You know, you learn a lot from them. These are freely available online. You know, and just study them. Like there's some amazing, you know, National Geographic programs. I have a TEDx talk. Also, it's on TEDx. You know, on it's called the Human Voice of the Elephant. You know, and if anybody, you know, wants to contact me, it's Jerry at globalelephantcare.com. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions or any advice I can give for the future with elephants. We need a new generation of people coming through, John. We need them. And so please, you know, go for it. You know, listen, learn about the elephants, and they will just absolutely absorb your life. They're incredible. They're incredible as a species, and they need all the help they can get.
Jerry, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I'm just saying. I would like to add in terms of people. We need to raise our game. Globally, India, the race for space, the human domination of the landscape. Africa, it's even managed now. The parks for elephants. I mean, I don't want to sound like it's rhetoric or it's not, but we need to really be conscientious of how we're living. How we're living. Our plastics, our sustainability. Everything we do has an impact on what's going on across the world. So just please, like, reflect on your life, reflect on what you can do better, and particularly the next generation, the kids. That they can make a difference. And thankfully, and they're far more smarter than you and I ever were, John. I mean, they're asking the brilliant variation of questions. They're aware of what's going on, and I'm just asking people care about the world, care about the world, but collectively we can make a difference. And zoos need your support. Good zoos need your support. The animals need your support. Be aware of what's going on around you. And we're talking about elephants, but hopefully for the people that are listening, what I want you to be inspired is to go the next time you go outside your door, have a look outside your door. Can I plant a tree here? Can I help something locally, environmentally? Could it be a rescue? Could it be anything at all? Anything you can do to be constructive and make a difference to the world. Please do it, and it happens right outside your door.
Jerry, you're obviously an absolute visionary. Thank you very much for being on the Practical Animal channel. Jerry Creighton.
John, it's been an absolute pleasure. And as I said, please, if I can help anybody and follow up, feel free to share my email and I'd be delighted to help anybody.
Thank you, Jerry.
God bless, John. Thank you.
To summarise Jerry's advice on working with elephants, you have to have a passion, you have to have an affinity for elephants, you have to know what elephants need in the wild, how they are ecologically and physically adapted to live in their environment. To take your career further, you can read about elephant management plans on the BIAZA website. That's the British and Irish Association of Zoos and Aquaria. You can consider doing an animal management course for keepers. It also helps to know the species status in the wild, which is why in the introduction I gave a breakdown of the 3 species of elephants: range and status in their individual range countries. Hope you enjoyed this video about working with elephants. I hope you found it informative. If you did, please consider sharing it with your friends and followers. If you want to pursue a career working with animals, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd like to thank Jerry Creighton for giving his time. Next week is an interview with a person who is a professional bird scientist talking about his work. Thank you.